Hi, my name is Taylor Romano, and this is my oral report for Principles of Management and Organizational Behavior with Dr. Tofanelli. Today we'll be discussing the differences between leaders and managers. I'll start off by offering an outline of what I will be discussing today. Today involves discussing leadership, formal and informal, management process, the leadership process, the definition of a leader, the definition of a manager, the 4 personality dimensions for both leaders and managers. I will touch on transformational leadership and emotional intelligence, and then I will conclude with a summary. So starting off, leadership is defined as a process of guiding and directing behavior of people in a work environment, so in any organization. Formally, this is officially sanctioned positions, so of an authority position, like CEO, for example, Steve Jobs of Apple. An informal leader is an unofficial position accorded to a person or by other members of an organization, so a team leader. Moving on, the management process involves 3 dimensions, which include planning and budgeting, organizing and staffing, controlling and problem solving. This is used to reduce uncertainty and to stabilize an organization. Moving on, the leadership process involves setting a direction of organization in the future, aligning workers through communication with this direction, as well as motivating them to want to go and pursue this direction. Enablers of change in the future organization, and they work to disturb existing patterns and behaviors. They want to change, and to change you need to grow and adapt with future goals. By definition, a leader is an advocate for change, and they have new approaches to problems. So true leaders seek leadership because they want to make a positive difference in other people's lives. They want to lead other people and produce change. On the other hand, a manager is an advocate for stability and the status quo. So managers kind of work in a world of contradiction. They have to be stable, but they also have to change. So kind of how do you handle that and do that? So this kind of creates a tension between the two, one more for change and one more for stability. Moving forward, there are 4 dimensions of personality. The first is attitudes towards goals, the second, conceptions of work, the third, relationships with others, and the 4th, sense of self. And this was brought about by Abraham Zalnzik. So managers are different from leaders. Managers' attitudes towards goals are generally impersonal, passive, and the goals kind of rise out of a necessity. In regards to their conception of work, they see it as an enabling process. Combine people, ideas, and behaviors, and this creates moderate risk. They coordinate and balance. In regards to their relationships with others, they prefer to work with others as opposed to by themselves. They avoid close relationships and avoid conflict. And in regards to their sense of self, they kind of accept life as is. You're born, you live life, and you pass. And very, very straightforward. In regards to leaders, their attitudes towards goals are very personal, and their goals are from desire and imagination. They want to do things because of things that they feel. Conceptions of work involve having fresh approaches to problems. They want things that are new, different. They involve high risk, but they also have high payoff if they work out. In regards to relationships with others, they are close and intense. They like to work with other people. However, they're not scared of working by themselves, and they also are not afraid to confront conflict. Lastly, their sense of self kind of questions life. They kind of want to find meaning and adapt and grow and change. Moving forward, inspirational leadership, I wanted to touch on transformational leadership. This is a person of position with a high position that uses their personal attributes to inspire and excite followers. For example, the CEO of Starbucks, Howard Schultz, sees himself as more of a visionary as opposed to a CEO. This has helped him to grow from a small coffee shop into a global brand that we all know as Starbucks. and has allowed him to gain followership and excite those in his organization. The organizations benefit from implementing these ways because it engages managers to promote their well-being and show great leadership behavior. They network, they read social situations, they have to empathize, and they have to work on making others feel confident and comfortable. This form of transformational leadership shows how leaderships are connected and have to engage with their followers. Moving on, emotional skills, specifically emotional intelligence, is a person's ability to effectively identify others' emotions as well as understanding their own, and using these emotions to facilitate thinking as well as managing emotions to guide decisions. It is more and more important and prevalent in today's world to know people's emotions to better help them perform and hit better and better marks. So, in conclusion, managers and leaders are different. They're different in their characteristics, their behaviors, and the responsibilities that they need. They conform to their formal and informal positions, and they are both very much needed in an organization. However, they need to learn to see eye to eye. Without this, the organization may suffer. Although it's tense and they're opposite, they need to compromise. And that's all.